Once upon a time in a small village, there lived an old lady who was known for her kindness, wisdom, and unwavering happiness. The villagers loved her dearly and often sought her advice or shared their troubles with her. One day, a young man from the village asked her, "Why are you always so happy no matter what happens? Don't you ever feel sad when things go wrong?" The old lady smiled gently and answered, "My dear, life is full of ups and downs. Some days are good and some days are tough. But I've learned that happiness comes from within, not from what happens around me." The young man, puzzled, asked, "What do you mean? How can you be happy when bad things happen?" The old lady began to share a story from her own life. "When I was young, I had a family, a husband and children. We weren't wealthy, but we were happy. One day my husband became ill, and we didn't have enough money for medicine. We tried everything we could, but he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried and cried, thinking I would never be happy again." The young man listened intently as the old lady continued. "After some time, I realized that staying sad all the time wouldn't bring my husband back. My children needed me, and I needed to find a way to be happy again. I began to see life differently. I understood that life will always have good and bad moments, but I decided I wouldn't let the bad moments steal my happiness." The young man was amazed. "But how did you do that?" he asked. The old lady smiled and replied, "Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself, today is a new day, and I will find something to be happy about. Some days are harder than others, but I always find something, even if it's small. Maybe the sun is shining, maybe a flower is blooming, or maybe I see a friend. There is always something to be thankful for." The young man thought about her words and asked, "But what if something really bad happens? How can you still be happy?" The old lady nodded thoughtfully. "It's not easy," she said, "but I remind myself that everything passes. Even bad times don't last forever. When bad things happen, I tell myself, this too will pass. I focus on the good things I still have, my health, my friends, or even just the fact that I'm alive. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to focus on the bad and stay sad, or you can choose to find the good and be happy. It's not always easy, but it's possible." The young man thanked the old lady for her wise words. He left her house determined to try her advice. From that day on, he made an effort to find something good in every situation, just like the old lady. Slowly, he realized that his life was improving. Even when things went wrong, he learned to stay positive and find joy in the small things. The old lady's story spread throughout the village, and more people began to understand that happiness isn't about what you have or what happens to you, but how you view life. They learned to be happy in every situation, just like the wise old lady. And so the village became a happier place, all thanks to the old lady who taught them the secret to true happiness. Happiness is a choice that comes from within. No matter how tough life may get, we can find joy in the small things and choose to focus on the good. Life's challenges will pass, but a positive attitude helps us remain strong and content.